Welcome to 5 Minute Friday, everybody, where we share our best tips and tricks to help you get just a little bit better every week. And this week, we are talking about the differences in our routines. Eddie, what is wrong? I was messing with Eddie just a little bit before we got started, and I would just kind of do a quick inhale, like I was about to do the intro, and then he would get ready, and then I would drop it.
I never know what to do with my hands in the intro.
So I was pump faking the intro, and it was a lot of fun. So Eddie looked very exhausted.
You had so much fun at my expense.
Oh, it's so fun. All right, so we over the past couple weeks have been talking about routines. We've been talking about differences, or not really differences. Your routine and my routine.
Whenever mine, whenever yours.
And so yours is very dialed in. Mine is very sporadic because I'm just that way. Anyway, so we're going to talk about the differences and kind of the approach and stuff. You lead off here, sir. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, there's two big differences is that you and I function very differently, and no, like we just
Shocking.
very different personalities.
No.
And then different generationally in that different life spot, right?
I
So
didn't
my
see the
kids are a little
personality.
older.
I didn't see the personality thing coming.
Not at all.
I didn't see that.
Your routine didn't sound at all like a creative's routine at all.
Really?
All. No, it didn't. And mine sounded like an engineer, analytical routine. Somebody who really thrives on it. Now, I can say, though, that in a different life spot at a different time, I experienced a great deal of frustration in that I do try to thrive in routine, and I do try to do the same things day in and day out because I do see that as a mechanism for success. But life, kids, stuff interrupts. So the funny thing about routines is you get in one until something busts it. And then you got to start over and you got to try to find that new normal. Sometimes something like you get really kind of in a groove and then some sort of major life event just completely knocks that off kilter and then knocks it off for a while.
Yeah.
That could be, that could be getting sick. During the winter, I always feel like I start getting into this workout routine or getting into good eating routines or good sleeping habits or whatever, and then I get sick.
Yeah.
And I got to deal with that. And then you got to, try to get back on your feet. And then, all right, okay, I'm good again. And then you're trying to settle back in routine. Eating routines are that way. Eating good. And then then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I've got 5 birthday parties over the next 4 days.
Yeah, really.
And
oh my gosh.
and everybody's like, do you want cake and ice cream?
No, seriously, that happened 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, right.
It was it Hank's birthday, and then it was Julie's, and then it was it was ridiculous. I had cake 2 days in a row.
Yes.
There's
always something that's going to knock that routine off. The thing I wanted to come back for is, you've got a way about your morning. You got things that you do. You got stuff that you take care of, but you're in a different life spot, and so you're working a different type of job too. Like you talked about having these spurts of travel. I have less of that.
Yeah.
So you we talk about trying to make deposits and withdrawals, right? So you go out of town, you make a withdrawal on the family.
Yep.
When you get back, you're trying to make a deposit back into that bank of family, right? You're trying to get that equity built back up.
And that's the reason why I'm pressing pause over the next couple months as best I can on travel, is so I can put deposit back in. I can spend time with family.
Right.
Because I've been gone a lot.
Yeah,
over the span
of
4 weeks, I was gone, 2 out of those 4 weeks.
Yeah.
That was a lot on my family. And my wife is having to hold down the fort, and she's freaking awesome. She's rocking it. But at the same time, it's just as a respect thing. I want to be home too. It's a respect thing, and it's also just I want to be there. Right. So yeah, it is depositing back into the family for sure.
Our wives are awesome,
yes,
and they do rock it. But I do like knowing that there is a difference when I'm not there, because that means I'm actually doing something. I want there to be something felt when I'm gone. No, I do actually have a function here.
You said it. You said it, not me. I'm not stepping in that one. No.
No, but it is it's a thing that knocks you off of your routine. So that's travel, that could be sickness, that could be just life events, that could be new baby came, whatever. All of a sudden things are different for a while.
Yeah.
And you're having to find new normal consistently. Dude, that's life. That is life. And I just want to encourage everybody out there, My routine sounded like this cyborg routine of, I wake up at
He's a robot.
Yeah, I got a lot of routines, and I like to try. I'm going to say try to do those things. Now, how much do they happen? I don't even know. I mean, like I'm trying for them. That's the point. I'm trying for that routine. Do things interrupt it? Yeah, constantly. Is that laziness sometimes? Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I said my most consistent routines are drinking water, drinking coffee, and eating ice cream. Like I can do those. But there's a lot of other things I don't do very well. So
That's fair.
I want everybody to understand and know out there, like, I will not be that social media talking head that's like, you got to whatever to be successful, because life's going to happen to you. And I want you to just let up on yourself a little bit and take it easy on you. Like, if life's happening right now, go back, reference that Balance is a Myth episode that we did, and understand life throws some stuff at you. Sometimes you put your head down and you get through it.
For sure. And listen, I definitely don't want to preach out there, be just, passive and, don't be get aggressively chasing goals and get it done.
Yeah.
But also you got to realize too, if your kid's not sleeping through the night, or, if your significant other is going through some crap, or there was something that happened in the family, or heck, man, he changed to a new job, or there's a lot of crap out there that can throw curveballs.
You just moved.
You have you left all your friends back, across the country.
Yeah, new career.
Or across the world for that matter. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of things that can throw curveballs. What you got to do is try to retain as much as you can of your routine. Just try to stick your head in it and just stick with it as best you can. But know also, sometimes it's freaking okay to sleep in.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay to go grab a gallon of ice cream. Maybe not as much as Eddie does, but, occasionally go and get some ice cream. It's okay. Don't be so pent up in thinking that, if I am not hitting this every single day, then I'm a waste of flesh and that I'm not going to achieve my goals and I'm not going to. No, that's not the way that works. Sometimes, and this is something that I have had to learn the hard way because our jobs are now very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where my job for a decade was sitting at a computer and being a production hand, producing shop drawings. That was my job.
Yeah, butt in chair.
How do you think that works as a creative now?
Yeah, not as much.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So there's an adjustment period that I'm still going through, man. There's still a level of guilt that I feel whenever I walk away from my computer. If I don't go sit at my desk, there's still a level of guilt that I feel. Okay. And so there's part of routines that you have to kind of, sometimes you have to break them.
Yeah.
And in order to make way for something that's actually going to support you more effectively down the road, like going out and taking a walk, like going to a coffee shop, sitting down and reading a book for an hour. That actually is probably a better routine than me sitting at my desk first thing in the morning and answering email like I used to.
So I want to jump all over that because I think it's a great point. It's almost like I don't want to call them false positives, maybe. Mm-hmm. They're a positive routine, but they aren't really your thing. Okay, so you get it in your head
that this is what we do.
That you need to do a thing.
Yep.
Or you get in your head because you've done a thing for a while that you have to continue to do it forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's you don't. Sometimes you need to let go of something. So I know I was a big runner there for a while and I haven't been running as much, but it's because I've had some other exercise and I like doing more.
Yeah.
So I shifted that routine and I kind of pivoted there.
But that may not be the case all long term.
I may go back to
You may go back to running, and that's okay.
I know I need something healthy. Overarching, I know there are some healthy things I need to do, but I got some latitude in how I do them. Mm-hmm. And I'm your deal and my deal are much different, but it's a matter of what matters to me, what kind of priorities I want to hold. Yeah. So look out for those things that you're holding over your own head. That it's okay to let go of a thing that's just not really working. Somebody else suggested, but it's not really working for you.
Yeah.
You don't want to go take an ice bath? Well, don't go take an ice bath. If you want to quit having a cold shower in the morning, well, quit.
Yeah.
Don't do that. if it's something you're like, no, there's enough benefit here, I'm going to suck it up and get through it. Well, then, yeah, okay,
this has a net positive on my life.
Yeah.
Like if I don't do
I'm
this
gonna
thing,
do
I
this.
actually feel a difference. Like if I go and I do cold plunge in the morning and I feel really freaking good, and like it's something like it's mental that says I can get through a bunch of crap. Like I can work through it. I can get through this.
Yeah.
And it's a mental toughness routine for you. And you get a lot out of it by all means. But if you've done it for a while and you're like, I freaking hate this. I don't see the benefits of it. I don't understand. Like,
Why are you making yourself miserable?
why?
Right.
There are
don't
other ways.
beat yourself up.
Yeah.
Don't make yourself miserable. On the other side, we set our routines, but it's like maybe I mentioned ice cream and maybe we kind of joked about coffee, but it's a lot easier to form negative routines too. So look out for those little things that are sneaking in
Yep.
that you do routinely.
Yep.
The little things that you're like, night after night, day after day, you slip into allowing something that you shouldn't. So
Yep.
look out for those routines that are sneaking in, because those things, I don't know why, but the negative gets a lot more deep-seated, a lot more.
I'll raise my hand. Like I love bourbon. I'm a bourbon drinker. I love it. It's amazing. But I have been noticing more and more lately. And this is like, a lot of people talk about this. If I have a glass of bourbon before I go to bed, which has been a routine in the past, I will wake up, I'll just feel groggy, won't feel that great. Like, I feel like it almost ruins the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get myself set up in that routine where I'm drinking coffee, going like and getting really amped up. And then I'll do the thing where I have bourbon at night and it brings me down. And I'm just sitting there yo-yoing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's an example of a routine that you could get into. Like
Yep.
it may not be that for you. It could be something completely different. You could be going and eating a whole bag of Cheetos every night. I don't know. But you got to evaluate that as well. Like what is having a negative effect on me? And try to cut those things out as much as possible and try to simplify your routine. Like don't try to overbake it and try to fit in so much. I think there's benefit to having some time to just like stare at a wall or something, like for lack of better terms, just be able to think and just be in your own head and just chill. I think that's okay too. Like we feel like we need to constantly just be moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So moral of story, routines are good. Routines can be helpful, but give yourself some latitude.
Yep. There you go.
We could have just said that.
We could have just said that,
I'm not taking 12 minutes for another 10.
but instead we wasted all of your time for this. But hey, listen.
So if they're mad
you-
about this, where might they call to complain at us?
If you have complaints about this episode, if you have any concerns,
Call 911.
that for sure.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that right now. Seriously. If you do have any questions, concerns, rebuttals, full-on rebuttals for anything we have said here,
Oh gosh.
bring it. Let's go. Come on, bring it on. Let's have some fun here. So call 512 the bros. You can leave a message, and if you're brave enough, you can leave your name. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us this week. Go build something awesome.